live, guys.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello. Puppies!
We're very excited this week. We are unexpectedly joined by the dogs, who aren't often here on a Thursday, so we're lucky. There is a small black dog running around somewhere. She's not feeling terribly sociable at the moment.
Where is she?
So today we're doing Riesling.
Yeah, we're doing Riesling.
Yeah, we're doing Riesling.
Cool. So I'm very excited for today's tasting.
Hang on, Luke, let's wait to see who we've got on. Who have we got on?
Well, what have we been up to this week? Luke's been painting, going crazy with the painting.
As per usual. Bella's here as well.
She's had a haircut.
Yeah, she looks very skinny today.
She looks a bit like a poodle, doesn't she?
Well, she is a poodle cross.
She smells very good.
She smells like shampoo and conditioner. It smells like
Okay. She's going now. She's not really a Riesling girl.
No. I'm very excited for today's tasting though.
Why are you excited for today's show?
Because I don't drink a lot of Riesling. I drink a lot of Pinot Gris and a lot of Chardonnay and a lot of cocktails and bits and bobs and gins and tonics and stuff.
A lot of everything else.
Yeah, well, I suppose
So I'm
that's
not
like a lot of people. I think the end of the day is Riesling went out of fashion when Chardonnay came into fashion, so it's kind of a couple of laps behind.
Well, I was reading that in New South Wales, when sort of Australian wine really got going in terms of white wine, Riesling was kind of where it started.
That's
Before
very
Chardonnay.
true, but the trouble with Riesling back in those days, Riesling was pretty much a generic term for white wine. And they used to have two things in those days in New South Wales. They used to have Rhine Riesling and Hunter Valley Riesling. And Hunter Riesling is in fact Semillon.
Ah.
So they used to blend Semillon and what we now call Riesling together and call it Riesling. But in fact it was actually Hunter Riesling, which was Semillon, with German Riesling, with Rhine Riesling.
Right. Okay.
So
Right.
lots of confusion reigned, and the way they solved the problem was they called one Hunter Riesling and the other one Rhine Riesling.
I've
So-
seen the reference to Rhine Riesling.
Yeah, well that's the true Riesling that we've got today.
Real Riesling.
Real Riesling, and the other one was the
Fake
was
Riesling.
It was in fact Semillon.
So there's real Riesling and fake Riesling. Which
Yeah,
I
and
like.
back in those days they used to blend Riesling with just about everything and call it all sorts of things like Liebfrau Milch and white Burgundy and
I saw
Dry
a
wine.
very strange one online the other day, which it's blended with some Suave from Italy.
really.
Yeah, which
Well, when was that? Was that recently?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I didn't read too far into it. I got a bit distracted.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of things called white Burgundy, which tended to be Riesling and Semillon, with probably Dutch as Chenin Blanc and Sultana as well. So
Yeah, I saw Sultana somewhere.
so it was like, oh, we've got some Sultana. What do we do that? We'll blend it with some Riesling. We'll call it white Burgundy. That'll be good. And
Some people just need to be stumped.
well, thank God we've got over that.
They all
phase.
grew up.
Everyone grew up because really white Burgundy is in fact Chardonnay mainly. Here's at least 85%
Plot twist.
Chardonnay. But what we used to call white Burgundy could be anything, as long as it was white wine grapes.
Indeed.
But
So why are the bottles in front of you empty, Ross?
Well, because people have their taster flights at home, or taster sets at home, so these are the ones that we've used. And they were handy, so I put them there. For display.
We haven't drunk them already is what I'm
No.
trying to clarify.
we
It
will.
might look full, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. So, what is the one that you're pouring at the moment?
So we're starting with the Yalumba Wine series, which is a Barossa 2018 Riesling.
Purchasable anywhere.
Purchasable, yeah, pretty much anywhere.
In any reasonable bottle shop.
So we thought we'd start with a nice baseline.
Yeah.
Checkmate, I'm done.
Indeed.
Yeah, well,
So-
Jeffrey says that you've already drunk these, Ross. That's why they're empty.
Well, Jeffrey would know. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
I'll drink to that. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? Have the first thing. Does that look nice, pale colour? This is actually kind of a Riesling colour, nice and pale.
Okay. Straw.
Pale straw.
Pale straw.
Yeah,
How many people have seen straw recently? That's what I always think when people say that. Really,
No, that's not a straw colour. That's more like a.
you have a look at a hay bale, and it's a lot of them are green.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between the colour of straw and the colour of hay, though?
Well,
Very
anyway,
much question.
that's a nice colour for Riesling. You've sort of got an
That's-
idea that it's sort of dry and minerally and.
Like pea straw. It's no pea straw.
So now before you actually start getting the flavours you associate with Riesling, it varies a bit. It's all to do with the soil and all that kind of good stuff that they call terroir. But it can be appley. A lot of the Australian ones tend to be sort of more minerally with a lemon lime kind of flinty thing going on. And they can even range through things like grapefruit and
Well, I was interested to see when,
This is
upon,
quite-
upon doing a bit of research, they were talking about Riesling is a really interesting, in that it is the most characteristic of the soil. So each Riesling will show specifically what kind of soil it is.
This one's quite grapefruity. Or is it just me?
So
It's got
Vivian's
that
getting
feel.
like a white grapefruit.
Yeah.
I'm getting honeysuckle. Like a light floral, herbal sort
Yeah.
of.
Honeysuckle's a bit richer than that to me. I think it's a bit.
Ross, you look at me like I've got something to say.
I know, what do you smell? Well, look, I smell wine.
I saw online that someone described it as fruity,
Wow.
and I had to I had to
It's made from
talk to Eva about this. And I thought,
Spoiler alert, it's made
if your
from fruit.
first tasting note is that it's fruity, I might remind you that it's made out of fruit juice.
Well, Jen, she's getting grass and grapefruit.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
on that grapefruit thing,
Yeah.
aren't we?
I get a bit of the grassiness actually.
Christine is logged on. Hi guys.
Hello, Christine.
Oh whoa, okay.
I get more of the grapefruit there, I feel. What does everyone else get on the palate at home?
I'm getting a bit of like Maya lemon, like a nice sweet, pithy, oily sort of lemony.
Yeah.
It's specifically like the rind of the lemon, like that nice oily lemon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Also,
It's
I
got
get
that.
a
It's
hint-
got. It has got that sort of texture.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of an oily texture to it, which is nice. It's not a terribly high acidity,
Sure.
No, certainly not.
which is interesting because I was expecting these to be a little bit more acidic. So we'll see how we go in terms of acidity.
Length,
we are
length of flavour?
Sure.
Short to medium. There's not a lot of on the middle palate.
No.
I think a
You
bit
get
of
some.
sort of apricot
You get
kernel
some
or
left in the.
something.
You get some left in the. I think it's the feel that you get left with more than the flavour.
The textural thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting because usually Riesling is one of those ones that's usually termed an aromatic wine. That's all about the aromas. But given you're going to drink it, it's got to have some flavour as well.
Oh yeah, one would hope. So let's talk about it because we've actually picked 3 different wines from 3 different regions,
But they're all from South Australia.
all from South Australia. Now I believe Barossa to be slightly warmer climate. Is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I ask a question before that? Why have we chosen South Australian ones?
Well, the Yalumba wine series we didn't choose specifically to be South Australian. We chose that just to be our benchmark. Like it's sort of $14, $15 pretty much everywhere you go. You should be able to get it in most 9 out of 10 bottle shops. So anybody out there like Jeffrey in Darwin, you should be able to buy it in your bottle shop out the corner, mate. So you can join in the tasting wherever you are in the known universe.
At the
hopefully.
Thirsty Camel or wherever we used to
Yeah.
go when we were in Darwin.
So the fact that it says Barossa, now it doesn't say Barossa Valley, it just says Barossa. So that refers to the greater region. There's 2 parts of that, is the Barossa Valley and the Eden Valley. When they lump the 2 together, they call it the Barossa. So there's probably some Eden Valley fruit in that as well, as stuff from Barossa Valley.
Okay.
Probably a combination of things.
The other 2 wines we did. What's interesting about this? I don't know a whole lot about Riesling,
Yeah.
but I do know that it comes from usually the Eden Valley or
The Clare Valley.
Clare Valley.
Well, the best examples of Australian Riesling tend to, come from those 2 regions. the Clare Valley is like, and they say classic Clare. When they say classic Clare, they mean classic Clare Riesling.
Yeah.
As in classic Clare Rhine Riesling.
So there's no one called Claire that we know of.
Well, Jen, she's saying bitter grapefruit pith and no back palate. She's also saying it does not go with blue cheese.
That's pretty much dead in the water right there.
I've heard Riesling has been paired with like a lot of fish, some Asian foods if it's like an oilier Riesling, and soup.
Soup.
Yeah.
That's very broad. Like we talk
No,
about
like
pumpkin soup,
potato and leek
Rice
soup
soup,
or
yeah,
like
okay.
a light vegetable soup.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think of soup as something I drink wine with.
It's liquid and liquid.
Well, my plan would
My
be
liquid
to
lunches
have,
don't involve
to
soup.
have a soup in a really small glass and then the wine in a really big bowl.
That would be
Right.
great. One caveat before we move on to the other two Rieslings is Vivian sort of has an aversion to Riesling, as do a lot of people in our generation. That was because in the 70s, Riesling was everything. Riesling was sweet, Riesling was dry, Riesling was mixed with that. Riesling was the first thing to come in the Coolbar cask, which we probably drowned.
Pretty much where we should have left it.
So we all got too many hangovers and too many bad ideas and too many yuck with
Good
Welsh
ideas
Riesling.
at the time.
Too much junk Riesling is what you're saying.
Yep.
Carmen has said we agree with the oily lemony. There was she's saying defo pear on the nose.
Defo pear on the nose.
Whoa.
Okay.
And we've been supposed to speak up a little bit as well.
Sorry, yell up a bit. So one thing we haven't sorted out is our microphone situation. We're hoping to get some suggestions on what we should do with the miking of this. We're going to get fancy out with microphones. and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It's on the list of things to do. Week by week, I think we'll slowly get better at this.
Or
Yeah.
not. I won't spill anything this week.
Oh, don't speak too
Don't
soon.
speak
It's too
too
early.
soon.
Should we move on
yeah,
to
let's
the
move on.
Henry Frost?
Okay. Henry Frost next.
That was very close.
No, we're putting that there with that. Yep. I'm coming back to these.
Yeah.
If you missed that, it was Ross almost spilling his drink.
Just after he said he wouldn't spill his drink. Genius.
So, whereabouts is this one? Clare Valley. What do we know about? It's a Scotchman's Hill, isn't it? Do you know?
Made by Scotchman's Hill.
And we had a Scotchman's Hill Pinot when we did our Pinot tasting.
Oh, the indented head, wasn't it? Yeah.
This is probably, for a Clare Valley Riesling, this is very reasonably priced and a good wine.
This is a bit yellower than the other one.
We sell quite a lot
Is that
of this wine, and yes, as you say, made by Scotchman's Hill from Clare Valley fruit, so it's actually a really good wine.
Yeah. Yeah, Vivian just said this one is a lot yellower.
Yeah, it's yellow.
Much more yellower.
Much more yellower.
Oh, woo! Okay. Sorry.
What was that?
Oh, it smells completely different.
Now I think this is more a straw.
This is definitely, A, it's straw colour, but B, I smell a lot more
Whoa.
straw.
I smell melons as well.
I find this one more minerally.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I'm definitely, this might be apropos of nothing. But sorry everyone, our phone's ringing. This actually reminds me of the bison grass infused vodka.
Is it the grassiness?
It's the grassiness. It might also just be that I've been drinking it.
Oh,
A couple of those martinis.
Swirl it around, get the aromatics out.
I'll pop in and up the diversity, shall I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vivian's a yellow person.
Um,
Oh, goes with Ash Share. Hello, Vivian, says Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
I'm almost getting a little bit more.
This one tastes older. Rockmelon, that's exactly what I was saying, Jen.
Yeah.
Or cantaloupe, as we call it here, south of the border.
Do they not call it cantaloupe?
No, they call it rockmelon up there.
Doesn't look like a rock.
Well, it does.
Boulder melon.
Oh, it's very different. Now, we were doing some research into some of these wines, mostly because me and Eva don't drink a whole lot of Riesling. And we struggled to get tasting notes on the Henry Frost. But one of them said that they had subtle notes of gardenia,
Really subtle.
which I thought was interesting.
Oh yeah, okay.
But now that I've thought about it, the power of suggestion is taken away.
Leading the witness, Your Honour.
Almost white roses or frontignac. There's like a white floral element to it.
Is it more apple blossom or something like that?
Yeah, I get apple blossom, that makes sense.
Oh wow, that's got a much more different mouthfeel. Much more different. Sorry, losing the power of speech.
Oh, actually, I'm starting to get pink lady apples.
Yeah, there's a crispness there.
It's not quite Granny Smith, but that sort of tart, semi-sweet pink.
Also, that that Christmas, the Christmas not necessarily is a taste, but it's also a feel in the teeth.
It's like
when you
almost
bite
like the
into it.
waxy skin
Yeah.
of an apple.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Mm.
That's what I'm getting.
I was also reading, Ross, and this might be subject to the region, but apparently, unlike the European Rieslings, which originated in Germany,
Rhine Valley.
which have colder temperatures.
Yeah.
Apparently in Australia, when it's picked, it often has to be temperature controlled when it's fermented and stored.
A lot of white wines though.
Okay.
A lot of wine in Australia says I'll pick up at 4 o'clock in the morning, that's the coldest, and they'll whiz it straight off to the cool store.
Well, I read
And then
that
they'll start pressing it say 9, 10
the
o'clock in the morning.
Yalumbas picked at night.
I think you probably
So-
got the talking.
Ashley, who is tasting this one in particular, hi Ash, says that this would go great with smoked almonds, which would be nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
And Amanda says that Ross is in the zone.
Ooh.
She doesn't say whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's in the zone.
Good.
The Twilight Zone, maybe.
The Twilight Zone. Yeah.
I'll hand you back the
Oh,
controls.
just
Hello, you're back again.
hello. Sorry.
Well,
Somebody
forget
wanted-
about smoked almonds, which sounds pretty cool. What about smoked salmon?
That's what I thought she was going to say. I think it's a smoked salmon kind of one.
Actually, that would go really nicely with a bit of sour cream, like a smoked salmon blini sort of situation.
I think it'd go pretty good with oysters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's got that.
Okay.
That's that. That's
Yeah.
that.
Food matching is oysters, everybody.
That's that minerally thing that Eva was talking about.
It's
I'm
got-
suggesting that we could do this tasting again, and we should suggest that everyone get oysters.
Yeah.
Into a
Well,
Riesling and oyster tasting.
Dad has an oyster farm, so I could hook it up.
Lucky you.
You're telling us this now? Did you know this, Ross?
Yeah, I did. That's why she won the job interview.
You didn't tell me that. I would have pretended to like her more.
Alright. Okay.
God, my dad.
Okay, somewhere between now and
dead.
Christmas we'll have an oyster tasting and then we'll pair it with various things. What do you
Yes,
reckon?
some
Yes.
Tasmanian oysters.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
I've
good.
heard that oysters go best with Cristal or Brunat champagne. So we might
Oh.
open some of those.
Nah. Prosecco.
Chance.
Yeah, well, Tasmanian. Beautiful.
So we got carried away.
Yeah, we got carried away talking about oysters.
Oh, I love it. This wine's doing it for me. Now that it's
I really like it.
I'm liking this a lot more than
I like this. I like it a lot.
the Yalumba. It's got a little bit more complexity to it, I think.
And it had good minerally finish.
It's
good
got
mineral length.
mineral finish. It's got a bit of citrus acidity.
Push.
The dogs are here and barking. They should get that.
Sorry.
Beautiful. Well, should we move on to the Vickery?
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
You're enjoying this one?
Yeah.
Well, Korean said chives, cashews, and vegan cheese. Shh. Oh, cashew. Oh, yeah, chives, cashew, vegan cheese. Yeah. Yeah.
I understand the cashews actually.
I don't
Or
understand.
is she
vegan
saying
cheese.
cashew vegan cheese? Because you can make vegan cheese out of cashews.
Most vegan cheese is cashew or
Yeah.
nut based.
Oh, sorry, just not eating vegan.
Oops.
Oops, sorry.
I don't know how you know
had to get him in the blender. Is that what you're about to say?
No, that was not where I was going at all.
That's speaking pate.
Oh goodness. No,
alright.
No, sorry.
The Vickery.
Okay, the Vickery.
We are getting very carried away this week. We've had a very long week this week.
Long day.
I think we've all got to that loopy stage of isolation.
Beautiful. So what do we know about Vickery?
Oh, a lot of things we know about the Vickery. The first thing we know about the Vickery is that it's won lots of accolades, like it's won trophies and got great write-ups and never with lots of points and stuff because it's supposedly a ripper.
A ripper.
Now, it's named after John Vickery, the winemaker, who is actually renowned for making Riesling.
Oh, imagine.
So
Plot
there you go.
twist.
I
It's
know.
named after the guy who made it, who makes good
Who
Riesling.
made the wine?
Amazing.
Thank you for that, Ross. That's a contribution to knowledge. I can never say the word
You.
accolade without thinking about.
I don't know anything
accolade.
about Eden Valley apart from the fact that that's where a lot of the Riesling comes from. So I'm just going to put that out
It's
there.
sort of up the hill from the Barossa Valley. It's the next one in the Adelaide Hills. So it's a bit higher.
Okay.
It's generally 100 to 300 metres higher in elevation.
Would we be talking different soil as well?
No, there's parts of the Barossa Valley have the same soil as Eden Valley, but Eden Valley just happens to be higher in altitude, but it's very gravelly soil. So the soils around Bethany are pretty gravelly and very similar. And Bethany is sort of a sub-region of the Barossa Valley, and it's just a bit below Eden Valley. In fact, so it's kind of like
There's some good Rieslings from Bethany too, aren't there?
yeah, but that's because they're pretending to be like these.
So is Riesling specifically good for gravelly or slaty,
Yep.
hard
Yeah.
gravel soils?
The classic ones in the Rhine Valley come from a couple of vineyards. One of them was called the Steingarten, which means in German the stone garden, and it's basically just this whole hillside. It's just shale, not much soil. It's just rocky, shaly stuff, and it's all the vines just grow out of it, and they're happy as luck.
Cool.
So what are we smelling on this one?
Because the reason I ask about the terroir, as we like to call it, is
Terra.
I'm getting a lot more like of that earthy mineral sort of.
Is it almost smoky? Or is that just me?
I
I
understand
can see
that.
what you're saying.
Because that's what I was thinking. It's like
This
it's almost
reminds-
like meaty.
Smoked, it smells a bit like smoked oysters to me. Which
It's got oysters on the brain.
a very specific smell. No, it's like that
Smoked
subtle,
oysters.
smoky, musky.
I don't get that. I get a Riesling smell. Okay, sorry.
Give me one good Riesling.
So it's made by a bloke whose name is on the label who's good at making what's in the bottle and
Now,
it smells
I
like Riesling.
That his Vickery is one of the older producers of Riesling, and that a lot of the wineries have been moving around and changing, but they've been making this wine pretty consistently for 50 years.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I read. So I'm really interested because I don't know that a lot of the Rieslings I've tasted before, I don't know that they've had that level of.
I've got that smoked smell as well. I think this might be the one with smoked almonds, or maybe it's too similar, but it's got that smoked meat.
Oh, yeah, I was getting
Fish
smoked
kind
meat.
of
Yeah.
smell.
Oh, it's a very different texture, actually.
Good bit of lemon lime stuff in the middle palate.
I'm getting a lot of
Oh, well.
fresh lime juice in here.
Oh wow.
It's not, the acidity is not too high, but it's very zesty.
Yeah.
It's a good mouth cleanser.
This one I reckon will age really well.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question about that. I read everywhere about aging Riesling. What's the go with that? A very broad question, but why does
There's something about Riesling that ages well. I mean, all these will age, but I'm pretty sure that this one will age very, very well.
Because it's
Quite
got a
well
bit
done.
more acidity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a bit more structure, but that will age very well.
what changes in it when you age it? And I guess compared to other whites, why can you age
Oh, it's
it?
the same in all wines. A lot of the acids and the phenolics and the tannins and stuff break down when they change into different things, become softer. You know, so if you don't start out with a lot of acid and a lot of structure in the wine, there's nowhere for it to break down to.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I was reading, particularly in Riesling, one of the things that they do, and the reason that they store it and ferment it in a cooler, temperature-controlled environment is because it keeps it aromatic and stops it becoming too fruity and oily.
Okay.
Would that have anything to do with then aging the wine in terms of keeping that taric acid level? If that's been...
Yeah, no, I think you're on the right track with that. I think that is because like the cool thing and the lower alcohol limit and the acidity are all kind of related. That means they're not going to get overripe before they pick it. They're not going to get
Is there a correlation to a wine that has a higher acidity and aromatics being better at aging?
In terms of Riesling, yes.
Okay, cool.
But it's all to do with the whole complex structure of the thing. Is like the wine. You've got to have the balance of fruit flavours, acid, and tannins for things to age. Because what happens is they sort of pair up and marry off and sort of soften down. If you start with a fairly soft, fruity one, it's got nowhere to go. It just goes.
It falls apart.
Yeah.
So
the flavours fall
What?
apart.
So apart from a bit more citrus in the lemon lime department, what else are we getting on this palette?
We've got a nice bit of minerality. Maybe a leaf.
Now I'm going to say something dangerous. I actually get a little bit of pineapple. I only say this because Ross is allergic to pineapple. So if he breaks out in hives, I'll have to take the rest of this bottle home.
Oh, rats.
Is anyone else getting any other fruit? Almost done.
Pineapple's a good one just because it is so acidic. So I guess it.
I think I'm also getting like white nectarines, like that quite tart, almost underripe
Yep.
stone fruit. Like not quite peaches and apricots level of fruitiness, but like that nice acidic, clean on the palate, a little bit rich.
Yeah. Can't quite pinch it.
This is a paler colour. We didn't talk about colour.
Oh.
This is a paler colour than the other one, isn't it?
I think it would be similar to the first one.
This is I'm struggling to see much difference between this and the first one.
Yeah. But it doesn't taste anything like the first one.
No.
I have a question. Now, I hear many people come in the store and ask for a German style Riesling. What does that mean? And do any of these compare to a German style Riesling?
Now we have a problem starting to talk about German style Rieslings because they come from very dry
Yep.
to very sweet.
Okay.
Because you get, and there's a whole grading of Barossa and Trockens and all sorts of stuff, which they all mean different amounts of sugar in them.
Okay.
So they can be from styles like this, which are quite lean and dry, and they're typically from Alsace, to ones that are like have botrytis, so they're like
I did read that people do make a dessert wine out of Rieslings.
yeah, so they can be like a sauterne. So they get everything from the dry wine like we're tasting here
To a sticky
to a sticky sauterne. Depending on how the later you pick them, the more colour they get, and the sweeter they get, and they're prone to all sorts of things. But there's a whole grading system for Rieslings and house, and each one needs a specific amount of ripeness and a specific amount of sugar.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as they get riper and sweeter, you find the colours go from a very pale colour like this to a really heavy honey colour.
Now I've heard that the French who took over, like it started in Riesling started in Germany and moved over to Alsace in France, and that the French make a higher alcohol Riesling that's more likely to be barrel aged oak or have oak contact, and that the Germans don't give their Riesling much oak contact. Is that possibly what people might be referring to when they say a German style?
I think they're probably, I don't know, I'm guessing they're referring to slightly softer and slightly sweeter.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. So what would you think compared, or would be the closest to a German style out of these three?
Yeah, no.
Probably none
No.
of these.
Probably none of these. The Yalumba Wise probably.
The closest. Okay. Interesting.
We've I think on all of these we've pretty consistently said that there was fruit and citrus but there hasn't been many floral notes.
No.
So I'm thinking that might be
A difference.
a difference that you might get in some of the sweeter German styles. But I might be wrong.
Yeah, okay. Now, do you have a favourite out of these ones, or particular characters that you enjoyed out of all of these different wines, different Rieslings?
I'm going for the Henry Frost.
Vivian's going for the Henry Frost.
Leave it.
I'm caught between the Henry Frost and the Vickery. I think it's so different.
It's the oysterness of the Henry Frost.
Yeah, I think I agree. The citrus of the Henry Frost. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Ross?
Oh, I was going to say the Henry Frost, but now I've changed my mind. I'm going to say the Vickery because I just don't want to be just following the pack.
Oh, okay.
As if.
I'm also wondering,
Okay, just be a country
with a
bastard.
slightly more aromatic wine, if there's going to be much difference in temperature as well. Because this is the other thing, a lot of people I've noticed drink their white wines or are doing white wine tastings with their wines really cold.
Yeah.
And I struggle to smell anything in a really cold wine. So I'm wondering if tasting this at room temperature would also make a difference.
Oh, it would certainly make a huge difference, but
Not saying that would be the most refreshing
Yeah, but I
glass
think-
of wine,
but I think for everybody we've got to realise that the Europeans say at room temperature, the temperature of their room is probably quite different to the temperature of our room. And when it's like over 30 degrees, you actually want a well chilled wine, in my opinion. So it has to stand up
Ask
to that.
Jeffrey.
So that might also be interesting because Riesling is such a European cool climate wine.
Yeah.
So having a slightly different room temperature might be interesting. Like a little bit more suited to the grape.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just tend to think, if I'm going to have oysters that have this, it's going to be chilled. It's going to be a warm, sunny afternoon. So that's how I'm going to want my wine. If it doesn't taste good at that, I'm not going to sit there and wait for it to warm up and then the moment's gone. So anyway, that's just a personal taste.
I'm finding that and the reason I'm cupping my glass is to warm it up. I'm finding I'm getting a lot more texture
When it's warmer.
out of the warmer wine. Like there's a little bit of minerality, a little bit of chalkiness, a little bit of acidity on the back palate, a little bit of floralness, which is nice.
Maybe even some dried apricots.
Jen is saying Henry Frost, but the Vickery if it had another 10 years age. And Amanda is also saying love the Henry Frost. Oh, love the name Henry Frost. Do you like Henry Frost?
Good name. Oh, look, we're frozen.
Yes, we are there. That's alright.
Oh, sorry, I'm frozen.
Just don't sing.
Just saying.
I'm torn between the Vickery and the Henry, and I think that that's a really good point. That maybe the Vickery,
Henry
which
Frost
is
is better when it's a bit. Well,
a 2017, might actually do with a bit more age.
It's 2008.
The Vickery. Sorry.
Vickery.
The Vickery.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that Rieslings can, unlike a lot of white wines, can take up to 20 years, if not more,
Wow.
which is pretty outstanding for a white wine. So it might be worthwhile if you buy a couple of bottles, putting one in the cellar and finding out what it tastes like in a couple of years' time.
There you go. Any other comments about Riesling that you wanted to add? No.
I'm thoroughly surprised and impressed.
Yeah, okay.
Thoroughly surprised and impressed.
As someone who doesn't know a lot about
Get your oysters out.
Riesling, I'm in the mood for oysters. Also, thank you for everyone who participated last week in the gin and tonic tasting.
went off.
And yeah, it did pretty well. And especially everyone who bought and ordered different gins and stuff. We got a lot more engagement than we were expecting in terms of people being really interested in buying the little bottles of gin and stuff like that. So
Thanks for supporting us.
thank you for
Nathan.
supporting us. I'm going to go over to Eva.
To talk about next week's tasting, we're going to go into flavoured vodka. A little bit interesting, a little bit different, but we'll be trying the Finlandia grapefruit, the Cape Grim 666 autumn butter, and the Sobieski
Sobieski.
Polish honey vodka. Yeah, we'll be trying them with.
And we've never done a vodka tasting in the store before.
Ooh.
It's one of the only spirits that we haven't done a tasting for.
True.
The reason being is most vodka is meant to be a clear, plain-based spirit, non-characterful, as they say. So we decided we would
Break with tradition.
look at
Do something else.
some different flavoured vodkas. And I would also like to say that I have the intention of breaking the stereotype that flavoured vodkas are cheap and nasty, disgusting things.
I'm excited about it.
So yeah.
Very excited.
So are there going to be sample packs of
We
these?
are going to have sample packs. I will post the details in the chat, and I'll post our next week's event in where you'll be able to see it.
So these will be available in flights of 100ml bottles for all three.
And yeah, every people that are out of Melbourne to message us by end of day tomorrow, and we'll send them tomorrow. But yeah.
Well, I think it's a good fun idea because we haven't done it because we weren't quite sure how we'd go about it. Now Luke's got inspired, so I think Luke will lead.
Yeah. So throw caution to the wind. We're all gonna test something new on this one. And we're going to talk about, I think, the ways in which vodka is drunk as well, because it's not like a lot of other spirits in that it goes through a lot, those vodka. But,
Kristen, do we going to need any special garnishes or
We're all
soft
going to need to wear
drinks?
yellow.
Yeah, Vivian matches it really
It's
well.
a yellow one.
It's a yellow taste.
we were talking about, this is the Vivian tasting in terms of the yellow colouring.
Yeah.
Where I think mostly going to be leaning towards soda water. Maybe if you have a lemon or some orange, that would be a good idea. Grapefruit, if you have it, not available to everyone, that's fine. But they are flavoured vodkas, they do bring a lot of
So
their
get your
flavour.
hands on a decent bottle of soda and a lemon, you reckon?
And an orange.
And
I would
a-
actually say an orange.
An orange? Where's the orange? Now I am intrigued.
I will explain during the
Next
tasting.
week.
Okay.
So, thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much to
Everybody.
who's been tuning in. It's been great.
Supporting us, it's been good. Good to talk to people.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.